Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, we are getting ready for Saladin coming back to the tower. Not with a vengeance, thankfully, but with his Iron Banner, which is a bit different this time. More about that after we check our list of topics for today. Act 2 of Echoes starts July the 16th, okay? A special Art of the Week contest. Iron Banner is almost here. Cosplay, Cosmodrome, latest updates. Be part of our prize celebrations. Bungie Bounty for Good is here. So ready? Let's do this. Act 2 starts July the 16th. After touching base with our old friend Khvostov and starting an investigation into the Vex on Nessus, we found that something is not quite right. The revelations of Act 1 will drive your investigation even further into Nessus in Act 2 when it launches on July the 16th. To make sure you're equipped with all the latest intel, we'll be hosting a developer live stream ahead of time to preview new content that's coming. We'll have more details on the timing of the live stream for you soon. Okay? How do y'all feel about that? Bungie, when was the last time Bungie did a live stream for something? I mean, it started Into the Light. Maybe it started before that. It started really with Joe last year. But I'm okay with this. Yeah, it's going to be a developer live stream. I'm curious what they're going to show us. A lot of the sentiment around Act 1 of Echoes is everyone's asking the question, what's different? What's different between the episode structuring that we have now versus what we've had in the past with the seasonal structuring? Especially considering like a lot of us have already completed the quests and now we have essentially 2.5 weeks of downtime before the next act begins. Also, is it going to be the same level of cadence where the story is going to be these, little bits of narrative that's dropped on us week over week, similar to exactly how seasons worked in the past? I don't know. Again, that's what's going to come down to the developer live stream and what they're going to show us. My assumption is that because normally, typically, the season that launches alongside the annual expansion is in fact weaker, that this Act 1 was most likely going to be weaker because a lot of the focus was mainly on the Witness, the Pale Heart, the Final Shape, all that stuff. So my hope is that things are really going to start amping up with Act 2. So hopefully that live stream is going to show us more about that. Now, how about some Echoes art? To celebrate that we are in the middle of our first episode ever and that we just finished its first act, how about we do something special? This community is filled to the brim with amazing artists, and we love to celebrate your talent every opportunity we can get. We have our Artist of the Week and Movie of the Week picks in every TWID because of that. But this time, we wanted something more thematic and focused. So this is a call for artists everywhere to represent their favorite moments during Echoes Act 1. An epic fight against the Vex. Check a representation of your favorite lore pieces so far. Wonderful. A cozy Saint and Osiris scene. Oh, can't wait to see it. Some crazy situations with Khvostov. We are to blame for that one probably. Just do what you do best and give us a take on this new narrative unfolding in the world of Destiny 2. Somebody should really make an art piece where it's like you, a guardian, and then on like you're chilling in the tower club. We don't really have one, but make up one. And on one side is Cortana, and on this side is another version of Cortana, and it's just Khvostov on both sides. It's just the different versions of Khvostov. I don't know. I have a vision here. Let me know if it works. Just remember to use the hashtag Echoes Art of the Week so we can find your contributions. Those selected will be included in the future TWID, and their authors will earn both the regular Art of the Week emblem and the new, incredibly cool photo ionization emblem you see below. Oh, okay. All right. Now, PvP Strike Team update. Twice the Iron Banner. The Titan previously known as Iron Lord Saladin, now Valis Forge of the Cabal Empire, will be back at the tower next week with a new edition of Iron Banner. Given that Iron Banner is one of our most ancient traditions, one would think the old war beasts can't learn some new tricks, but that couldn't be further from the truth. To begin with, Iron Banner will now be a 2-week event and the main PvP focus for that time. Players will be able to earn rewards, climb ranks, and hone their PvP skills with one game mode during the first week, and then with another game mode in the second. In the first iteration of Iron Banner for Echoes, the first game mode available is Control, and the second one is Tribute. In Season 23, we experimented with a system that enabled players to select from either Control or the rotating game mode Fortress, Eruption, or Tribute whenever Iron Banner was active. Players being able to choose which game mode they wanted to play was nice to have, but it was a departure from how we had previously handled the modes. And splitting the player base in half had a negative effect on both matchmaking times and match quality. These drawbacks meant that it was not sustainable over the long term, and paired with the new model of running 2 different modes back to back felt extraneous. So we're returning to the previous system of one mode each week. Now, there will be 2 weapons added to Iron Banner during Echoes. The first weapon is a renewed Criminal's Dagger. It's still a kinetic aggressive hand cannon, but now it comes with a small bump to its stats and perks like Precision Instrument or Kill Clip. The other weapon available is Claws of the Wolf. A rapid fire frame Void Fusion Rifle or Void Pulse Rifle with the fan favorite perks like Head Seeker and Moment. No lie, back in the day, OG Claws of the Wolf was really good. Although the new perks like To the Pain are worth checking out too. Getting mini rolls for these weapons will be easier too. You still need to unlock them first to drop by getting rank 4 and 7 with Saladin, and then you'll have a good chance to earn them as post-match rewards. Wins now guarantee a random Iron Banner weapon while also having a very high chance to award an Iron Banner Ingram on top of that. As for defeats, both weapons drops and Ingrams have a higher drop rate too. So you can either get the roll you are chasing as a random drop or by focusing an Ingram with Saladin. Those of you looking to be one of Saladin's favorites once more might want to gild the Iron Lord title one more time. Wearing Iron Banner gear, using an Iron Banner emblem, and completing Saladin's daily challenges will get you there faster, as these give you reputation boosts. If this is your first time partaking in the most ancient PvP ritual among Guardians, don't worry, focus on the objective, be a good teammate, and you will have Saladin's attention soon enough. All right. What are your thoughts on 2 weeks of Iron Banner? Let me get a poll on this because there's some people in here dropping W's. How do you feel about Iron Banner for 2 weeks with the rotating playlist? Oh my God, it's close. 54% in here say W. Wow. Okay. All right. To me, can I just say, can I offer a solution? I think 2 weeks, if you guys want to try that out, and I mean, we've got the poll right now. 58% here say they want 2 weeks of Iron Banner. Okay. But I think also another solution could have been just having the playlist rotate daily. Control, Tribute, Fortress, you know, whatever. Like just have a rotation. Even if it goes Control, Tribute, Control, Tribute. Just rotating daily over a given week, I think would also be okay too. I think the people that are upset with this the most though are my trial players. Because when Iron Banner is present, Trials of Osiris is not present. Unless they say something about, you know, Trials of Osiris down here in just a moment. But that's a huge reason why PvP players, like, they're okay with 1 week of having no trials, but 2 weeks back to back of no trials. You see what I'm saying? Sandbox update. We're hard at work on the mid-episode balance update, and we'll have more details to share on that later. However, a handful of things have jumped out as early issues in Crucible, and we wanted to get those addressed sooner rather than later. Oh boy. Khvostov. Recoil. It should come as no surprise to anyone who has used this beloved bullet-bouncing auto rifle that there was something different about the recoil. This is a result of a bug. We intended to reduce only the recoil of the special ricochet rounds by 50%, but it was instead applied to the entire magazine, effectively giving Khvostov maximum stability. It's made the gun substantially easier to use than other auto rifles and has particularly led to a huge spike in effectiveness in Crucible. Many players who have the weapon have commented on how good it feels in the current state, and we do not want to remove that exotic feeling entirely. The level it's at is objectively too strong compared to all other weapons in our sandbox. We will be removing the bugged effect that reduces recoil by 50%, but as a middle ground, we have increased the base stability by 30 to 72. This will give it back some of that, not all, of the stable feel without leaving it so far out of band. Okay, that's still a ginormous bump in stability. It's still gonna wreck, all right? Well, hold on, let's just continue. Ricochet shots. While the bouncing rounds are fun for PvE, they are proving to be problematic balance issues for PvP. With very high uptime and the ability to be buffed by orbs, the damage they deal both on initial impact and on the returning bounces allows Khvostov to neutrally drop its time to kill down to a level usually reserved for more difficult to trigger damage boosts. And we wanted to avoid impact to PvE with this change, so we have reduced the initial bonus impact damage against players only from 15% to 5%. We've also reduced the bouncing bullet damage against players only from 18.4 to 4.6 damage. Wow. Okay, that's quite a bit. Okay, so we have also reduced, not only reduced. Okay, that's quite a drop there, leaving PvE unchanged. So nothing is affecting the PvE side of things. Now, these changes will retain the uptime of the perk in the Crucible, but bring the effectiveness more in line. All right, PvE guys, you're still good. Khvostov is still going to be a monster there, right? Everything here is only against enemy players. But this is a nerf, right? This is a nerf. Look, Khvostov is good. I mean, I was trying to use weapons earlier today, and every time I find myself in a 1v1, particularly when I was using an auto rifle, like if I'm using a hand cannon and I'm peek shooting, I could beat a Khvostov. But if I'm using another auto rifle and I start shooting and they start shooting, dude, they're gonna, if they're hitting the same shots I'm hitting, they're gonna win. I think now more than ever, you're gonna probably lean into its perks a bit more. You're gonna lean into like things like shoot the loot, pick up that orb, right? Proc Reaper, pick up the orb, get the damage amped up. You're gonna lean into that a bit. So I think it's still gonna be solid, but this is definitely an overall nerf. Now, Red Death, recoil. Lurking just under the Khvostov's coated surface of our current weapons metas is Red Death. As many observant players have noticed, there's also something special about Red Death's recoil pattern. Unlike with Khvostov, this was not a bug though. It was an intentional connection to the original Destiny variant of the weapon, which, like Outbreak Perfected, utilized auto rifle recoil patterns instead of the more severe pulse rifle ones, giving them tighter burst spread and higher ease of use. Dude, this is exactly why Outbreak has been so damn good, right? Even though it's not even like a meta archetype, it just feels so good to use even in PvP. Now, while Red Death is not as far out of line in terms of strength, the high impact family of pulse rifles itself is very strong, and having all the bonus stability provided by the special recoil pattern feels like overkill. So we've experimented with several different tuning options for it. Completely replacing the recoil with standard pulse rifle recoil felt like it shifted the gun too far away from its origins. So we've instead chosen to reduce the added stability that the pattern provides. This will align the burst spread more closely with other pulse rifles while retaining as much of the unique feel as possible. Okay, that's surgical. That's a surgical change. I like it. I think Red Death is still going to be able to get 2 bursts for sure. Oh my God! Speaker sights. Orb generation. As it stands, it is currently too easy to generate an extreme number of orbs in the Crucible using this exotic. This plays into several different build crafting levers and is making it feel like the only choice in many competitive and trial lobbies. While we would like to retain the ability to generate orbs in the Crucible to allow players to lean into the healer fantasy, the current volume is not healthy for the Sandbox. As a short-term solution, we will be disabling the orb generation portion of the exotic and Crucible only. Long-term, we will revisit allowing the weapon to create orbs at a more reasonable rate. Still going to be good. Still going to be good though. Now the future. The changes to Iron Banner and the Sandbox are not only things we have planned, we'll have more to talk about before the mid-episode patch, so keep an eye out for that. We don't want to give too much away while things are still in flux, but we've got several quality of life features to roll out. A Destiny 2 reprise map coming in the next episode, some UI updates to help with clarity, and a big feature that we're heads down working on for our 3rd episode that we can't wait to share with you all. Oh man. Oh baby. What do y'all think it is? I'm going to go ahead and say it. We're going to be able to drive our ships. It's either going to be, we're going to be able to drive ships / the Dreadnought. We're going to get Prison of Elders back, or Bungie's finally buckling and giving us sex. Which doesn't really, I got BG3 for that, right? But those are the 3 that they could, those are the 3 big things that I'm thinking of. All right, let's move on. Witness this cosplay. Yesterday, we concluded cosplay Cosmodrome in the most glorious way possible. The talented Cinderis managed to create an incredible cosplay of the antagonist that has been center stage during the Light and Darkness saga. Her cosplay is a mind-boggling 10.5 feet, 3.2 meters tall, and combines smoke machines, animatronics, 5,000 handmade panels, a centuries-old painting technique to bring our villain to life in a jaw-dropping reality. Oh my God. Dude, that's crazy. That's taking it to the next level. We couldn't be more excited about the outcome, and we're thankful to everyone who contributed to Cosplay Cosmodrome. Don't forget to check out all the photos and videos in this Cosplay Cosmodrome blog article and show our talented participants some love. That is amazing and looks so realistic. That's awesome. Also, happy Pride Month. The Pride at Bungie and Trans at Bungie Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Associations have been busy celebrating Pride Month with events and communications and studio in preparation for the Seattle Pride Parade this weekend. In case you missed it on socials, during the month of June, for each purchase of Bungie's Pride Collectible Pin 2.0, which comes with an infinite prismatic emblem, which is $7, will be donated to It Gets Better. The pin is available at both the Bungie store and the EU Bungie store. All right. Nice pin. Nice emblem. The Infinite Prismatic Emblem is also available with a $10 donation through the Bungie Foundation. All donations received in June will support It Gets Better. Since 2019, Guardians have raised an incredible $660,746 for It Gets Better, a non-profit organization that strives to uplift, empower, and connect LGBTQ plus youth around the globe. Through storytelling, media, and educational resources, IGB proactively supports LGBTQ plus and questioning youth to explore and define their own journey. Now, wear your pride on your sleeve. Oh, are they just giving these out? If you missed the emotes or transmount effect last year, have no fear. We got you covered. Oh, okay. But not the emblem. So to get the emblem, you got to do the 10. Gotcha. Now, more about trans at Bungie and pride at Bungie. Trans at Bungie was founded during the summer of 2020 to help trans and gender non-conforming folks connect with each other during the COVID-19 pandemic, navigate the process of transitioning in the workplace, and ensuring access to inclusive healthcare. Its mission is to uplift trans and questioning people among Bungie employees, our players, and our industry peers. Pride at Bungie was founded in the fall of 2022 based on the success of Trans at Bungie to create a space for supporting other identities and orientations in the LGBTQIA+ community. Its mission is to create a community inside Bungie that empowers and supports to increase awareness and advocacy. We'll leave it at that, guys. I know all of these are important. The next installment of our Bungie Bounty for Good returns at 10 a.m. Pacific live on Bungie Foundation Twitch channel with community members Mash and Kubaki and some special Bungie devs teaming up in the Crucible. This will be your last chance to earn the Light Lotus emblem for beating this Bungie Fire team. We'll be matchmaking from the US, West Coast, and UK. So jump into the Crucible and earn that exclusive emblem. We're having an all-new Bungie Bounty emblem to earn when we return in August. Oh, so we're getting another one. All right, guys. Break out thy VPNs, man. Now, Pony error code update. We believe we have solved the issue involving the Pony error code. You may now go into the settings and turn public Fireteam invites, text chat, and Bungie friend requests back on if you like. That was where if you had your stuff on, you would get error coded and people would like literally send you like, I don't know, I guess invites over and over again. Now, Raid Jacket and Bag extension players now have until July the 9th to defeat the Witness and Salvation's Edge and earn the chance to purchase the Raid Jacket and the Raid Sling Bag Bungie rewards at the Bungie store. Now, post-excision cutscenes. An epilogue option is now available in the difficulty section menu for the excision activity. This allows players to rewatch the final cinematics of the final shape. Now, other known issues. We're investigating reports that some players can't access Trials of Osiris or obtain rewards from Saint 14. Some players are unable to see any shapes on the wall in the Verity encounter inside the Salvation's Edge raid. Yeah, a lot of things, like people just disappear all the time, especially in that 4th encounter. Players and or weapons sometimes aren't loading properly in multiple areas of the game, that too. And some players who complete the Lightfall campaign or legendary difficulty are not receiving their exotic reward. Another thing that's not thrown on here, for me, whenever we beat the Master Mode raid and we turned in spoils, we didn't get the Adept weapon. It took our spoils, but it didn't give the Adept. Some other things that people are brought up is like when they completed Excision, they didn't get the red border despite having a key and the key getting consumed. Now, I did it twice. I had 2 keys this week. I had one from last week and one this week, and I got red borders both times. But it is something that's affecting other people, and a lot of you guys have also brought it up. So hopefully that gets taken care of. All right. As a final note here from Bungie, before we leave, be advised that next week's TWID won't be published on Thursday, July the 4th. We won't be around that day as it's a national holiday in the United States, so our studio's closed. Don't worry though, we're just moving it to the day after instead. So watch for it on Friday, July the 5th. And that's all for today. We hope you're enjoying your time in the game. There's a lot going on Nessus right now, and feel safe. We'll be more than happy to have you around every time. Don't keep her waiting. The Destiny 2 community team. All right, guys, that is it. That is night TWAB. Main thing, Iron Banner's coming back next week. It lasts for 2 weeks. Khvostov is getting a nerf. Red Death is getting a small nerf. Speaker side is still going to be good. We'll see how Iron Banner over a 2-week time frame works out.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.